You know those objects that just seem to hold stories, that connect us to centuries of craft and culture?
Absolutely.
They're more than just items. They're echoes of human ingenuity and dedication, passed down through generations.
Like a tangible piece of history.
Exactly. And today, we're unrolling one of the most fascinating examples of enduring artistry that truly embodies this idea, the Sarough rug.
Ah, Saroughs. A fantastic topic, rich history there.
We're going to embark on a deep dive into the world of Sarough rugs, exploring their rich history, their distinct patterns, and the remarkable craftsmanship that makes them so sought after, even revered.
Yeah, they really are something special.
Our mission, to give you a shortcut to truly understanding these magnificent pieces, from their origins in the heart of Iran to their remarkable journey into homes around the world.
And even how you can engage with this fascinating living art form today.
Right. And we've pulled together fascinating insights from, well, detailed historical accounts of Sarough rug artistry, deep analyses of their unique construction,
The nuts and bolts.
and even a look at a specific family business that has dedicated generations to this very specialty.
Indeed. And by exploring these diverse sources, we can sort of connect the intricate threads of history, artistry, and commerce.
Right.
It gives, I think, a truly holistic understanding of what makes these rugs so special and why they've maintained their immense value and broad appeal for so long.
It's really a testament to generations of skill, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Skill, adaptation, and just an enduring appreciation for beauty.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When we talk about Sarough rugs, where exactly are we talking about? Where do these incredible pieces originate, and what makes that location so significant?
Okay, so a crucial point here is their very specific origin. Sarough rugs hail from the Markazi province in northwestern Iran.
Markazi province, got it.
Specifically, they were woven in the village of Sarough itself, the city of Iraq, which used to be Sultanabad,
Okay.
and the surrounding countryside. And this region doesn't just produce rugs, it possesses a deeply rooted tradition of carpet weaving that dates back centuries.
So it's really ingrained in the culture there.
Exactly. The craft is woven into the very fabric of daily life. And what's fascinating is that while many people know Sarough as a type of rug, the name itself comes from a relatively small village.
Interesting.
It signifies this localized, authentic craft that then expanded its influence to larger production centers like Iraq, but always carried that village namesake. It's like a nod to its humble, skilled beginnings.
So with that kind of historical foundation, let's delve into the very essence of a Sarough, its materials and construction. What foundational elements give these rugs their legendary durability and distinctive feel? What are they literally made of?
Right. At their core, Saroughs are hand-knotted, always hand-knotted, on a vertical loom.
The traditional way.
The traditional method, passed down through generations, it allows for incredible precision and control over the design, you know? The foundation typically uses cotton for both the warp and weft threads.
Okay, explain warp and weft for us quickly.
Sure, so the warp threads are those vertical strands that run the length of the rug, like the skeleton.
Right.
And the weft threads are the horizontal ones that interlace with the warp, and they secure the knots in place.
Got it. Cotton base. Why cotton?
Well, this choice isn't accidental. Cotton provides an exceptionally sturdy, durable, and dimensionally stable base. It resists stretching and distortion.
Ah, so it keeps its shape.
Exactly. It gives the rug its inherent stability, ensures it lies flat and wears evenly, and the weft itself often consists of 2 or even 3 threads packed together.
2 or 3. That sounds dense.
It is, and that contributes significantly to the rug's strength, its overall density, and that remarkable, almost rigid compactness that is so characteristic of many Saroughs, especially the older ones.
That density sounds like a key factor in their longevity. How does that manifest in the final product, especially in older pieces?
Well, it's a fascinating aspect of their construction, particularly in carpets made before, say, 1915. The weft was pushed down exceptionally hard against the knots.
How did they do that?
Imagine the weaver using a heavy comb-like tool, literally hammering those weft threads down, packing everything incredibly tightly.
Wow.
This created an almost rigid, very compact structure. If you have the chance to handle an older Sarough, you can often feel that incredible firmness and weight.
So it feels really solid.
Very solid. While more recent pieces might feature a slightly deeper, softer pile, that early compactness is a telltale sign of their robust, unyielding construction. It's really a hallmark of their enduring quality, a testament to the painstaking effort involved.
And the pile itself, the part you walk on.
Right, the pile itself is made from very good quality wool, often quite lustrous wool.
Where'd the wool come from?
It typically comes from the native sheep breeds of Iran. These breeds are known for producing resilient, lanolin-rich fibers.
Lanolin-rich, so naturally.
Oily.
A bit, yes.
Yeah.
Which makes the fibers strong, naturally stain-resistant, and gives them a beautiful sheen that actually develops further with age. You get this gorgeous patina over time.
The wool is typically cut short, which contributes to the rug's crisp design definition. Though, as I mentioned, some newer pieces can have a deeper pile, maybe catering to different aesthetic preferences.
Okay.
But this choice of high-quality wool contributes directly to the reputation for exceptional durability. Their ability to withstand decades, even generations, of heavy foot traffic without showing significant wear is, frankly, remarkable.
Incredible. And the knots themselves, you mentioned hand knotting. What kind of artistic freedom and durability does that knotting technique allow?
Great question. They employ the Persian knot. It's also known as the asymmetrical knot.
Persian knot.
And this technique is renowned for allowing incredibly intricate designs and sharp, precise details in the patterns.
How does it do that compared to other knots?
Well, unlike other knot types, the Persian knot creates a single distinct loop around one warp thread. This enables weavers to render finer lines and more subtle curves. Think of it like an artist working with a very fine brush versus a thicker one.
Ah, I see. More detail possible.
Precisely. And the knot density, it's remarkably high, often ranging from 160 to an impressive 400 knots per square inch.
400 knots in 1 square inch. That's tiny work.
It is. And some exceptional pieces can even push towards 475 knots per square inch. This incredible density isn't just about durability, though it certainly helps. It's the very canvas for the weaver's genius.
Like a high-resolution image versus a low-res one.
Exactly like that. Imagine weaving a detailed miniature painting thread by thread with a precision so fine that it allows for the unparalleled crispness and lifelike flow in floral motifs that truly define Saroughs.
So that's how they get those amazing flowers.
Without this painstaking knot-by-knot foundation, their signature artistry simply wouldn't be possible. It means more individual threads packed into every inch, resulting in a finer, more articulate pattern and, of course, a rug that truly endures for generations. It becomes a family heirloom.
So with that solid foundation in mind, let's turn our attention to what truly makes a Sarough visually distinct. How can we spot one from across a room, or even just from a picture? What are the signature aesthetic hallmarks?
Okay, visually, Sarough rugs are typically defined by their array of sophisticated and often quite grand floral patterns.
Flowers are key then.
Very key. Historically, the traditional design prominently features a central medallion. This can be quite elaborate and curvilinear, often surrounded by intricate floral motifs and elegant vine scrolls that seem to flow across the field.
So a central focus point.
Often, yes. And there's usually a captivating symmetrical balance of colors and patterns, creating a truly harmonious and luxurious feel that is immediately appealing. It just draws the eye in.
And the colors, which we look for.
The color palette leans towards rich, warm hues. Think classic red, deep blue, and elegant ivory. Those are common.
Rich, traditional colors.
Yes, but what's truly fascinating is the specific and masterful use of certain colors that become almost a signature. You'll often see a vibrant, almost bright orange red or raspberry red in the field.
Raspberry red, okay.
Which is then beautifully softened and balanced by accents of cooler tones like deep blues, muted greens, and soft ivories. And quite commonly, various shades of turquoise are used sparingly, but effectively in the decorative motifs.
Turquoise accent.
Exactly. It adds a unique vibrancy and a striking contrast that truly makes the design sing, makes the individual elements pop. It's really a masterpiece of complementary equerry use.
Interesting. You mentioned medallions. Are they similar to other types of Persian rugs like Kashans?
That's a good point. While some medallion patterns might bear a superficial resemblance to Kashans, the interpretations by different craftsmen give Saroughs a truly special, unique imprint. Their floral patterns are often executed in a distinctive angular fashion.
Angular florals. How does that work?
Well, for instance, you might see a rose bloom rendered with a beautiful geometric precision, rather than purely soft curves. It creates this incomparable fusion of floral elegance and geometric structure. It's a true artistic signature.
So not just Curvy flowers, but maybe slightly more structured.
Structured, yes. That's a good way to put it. It sets them apart from the more purely curvilinear designs of other Persian rugs. And in older and antique Saroughs, you'll frequently see the Boteh motif.
The Boteh, what's that?
It's that stylized leaf-like floral symbol, very similar to the Paisley pattern you see in textiles.
Ah, okay, I know Paisley.
It adds another layer of traditional beauty and historical depth. And the borders are typically quite refined, almost always consisting of two narrow guard bands framing a wider central band.
Right, the frame around the main design.
Exactly. The central band is often decorated with a repeating harati pattern, that distinctive design resembling a fish within a leaf.
Harati pattern.
While the guard bands themselves might feature traditional rosettes or delicate wavy lines, providing a subtle frame for the central masterpiece.
It's clear that these rugs possess an incredible legacy of craftsmanship. Just stunning detail. But there's a specific period that significantly altered the Sarough's journey, particularly for the American market.
Ah, yes, the American influence.
What was this American Sarough phenomenon, and what drove its creation? It sounds like a fascinating case of market influence fundamentally reshaping an art form.
It really is. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the second half of the 19th century saw an explosion in demand for Persian carpets, not just in Europe, but significantly in the burgeoning markets of the United States.
The U.S. market was growing fast then.
Exactly. This rising global demand wasn't merely a commercial trend. It fundamentally transformed how and where these rugs were produced and exported. It shifted from being purely local village production to something much more organized, almost industrialized in some ways.
So more export-focused.
Very much so. Iran, at that time, was relatively open to Western trade, and its rich artistic heritage, including carpet weaving, became a prized commodity.
People wanted these exotic, beautiful things.
Absolutely. And to meet this surging demand, enterprising merchants started buying up old and antique Persian rugs from across Iran. But, that supply was finite.
Right, you can only find so many old ones.
So they established sophisticated export routes and infrastructure. They used cities like Tabriz in northwest Iran as a primary hub for exporting to Europe via Turkey, a well-oiled machine for trade.
And for the U.S.
Simultaneously, southern ports on the Persian Gulf were utilized to ship directly to the U.S., bypassing European intermediaries. This complex network truly globalized the Persian carpet trade, bringing these artistic treasures to a much wider audience, but it also introduced new pressures and influences on their production.
Here's where it gets really interesting for me, the story of the American Sarough. So American customers were clearly drawn to the Sarough's curvilinear and floral designs, right?
Very much so.
But there was a significant artistic intervention once they arrived in the U.S. What exactly was this, and why was it so prevalent? It sounds almost controversial.
You've hit on a fascinating point, a true intersection of art, commerce, and cultural taste. The early successes of the Sarough rug are indeed largely owed to the American market, particularly from the 1910s to the 1950s.
The American Sarough era.
Precisely. American customers had a strong affinity for the Sarough's curvilinear and floral designs. They found them highly desirable and elegant for their homes, especially during the Gilded Age and beyond, when plush, ornate furnishings were really in vogue.
Okay, so they liked that pattern.
But what they often didn't appreciate as much was the original, often more vibrant color palette.
The colors were wrong for them.
Well, wrong is subjective, but they didn't always align with the interior design preferences popular in American homes at the time. While deeply rooted in traditional Iranian aesthetics, those brighter reds or certain blues maybe didn't fit the desired look. They preferred deeper, richer, often more subdued tones.
So they do.
So for much of the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, a significant portion of rugs exported from Iran were actually subjected to a post-production process. After they arrived in the USA, they were dyed.
Dyed. The whole rug.
Often, yes, or at least large parts of the field, they were dyed to a more desirable deep raspberry red or burgundy color.
Wow. So they literally painted over the original colors.
Essentially, yes, though it was a dyeing process, not painting. This adaptation wasn't just a market trend. It was a profound cultural fusion. You had American domestic tastes literally coloring a centuries-old Iranian art form.
That's incredible.
It really showcases how global commerce can reshape and even redefine tradition. It was a testament to the Sarough's adaptability, but also a fascinating, perhaps controversial to purists, example of cross-cultural artistic evolution driven by commerce. This practice led to them being widely known as painted Saroughs.
Painted Saroughs. That name says it all. So in a way, Americans were custom ordering their rugs after they'd already been made.
That's a pretty good analogy, actually, a kind of early post-production customization.
How did this influence the design elements of these American Saroughs compared to their traditional counterparts? Did the patterns change too, or just the colors?
The designs often changed too, or rather, specific designs were favored. The American Sarough, often called the Lilian design in the trade, typically moved away from that prominent central medallion we talked about.
No medallion.
Often not, or a much less defined one. Instead, they featured large, blossoming floral sprays radiating outwards from a central, sort of medallion-like floral form, often with an all-over pattern that filled the entire field.
So more of an even spread of pattern.
Exactly. The weavers deliberately omitted the spidery central medallion of the true Lilian design, which wasn't as appealing to American buyers. They opted for a fuller, less defined center.
What are the colors? Post-dyeing.
Post-dyeing, they were often those rich, rosy reds with blues and paler rose outlining the motifs. Or sometimes bright pastels like pale blues, turquoise, or lemon yellow were used to create strong contrasts between the motif and the field. This aesthetic often echoed the popular American Kermans of the era, which further cemented their appeal in the U.S. market.
So with demand soaring for these particular styles, how did the supply keep up? Did the weaving process and the business of making rugs change significantly to meet this escalating global appetite?
Oh, absolutely. By the later decades of the 19th century, say around 1880, the supply of fine antique rugs from Persia was indeed running low.
The well was running dry.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The existing inventory just couldn't meet the burgeoning Western demand. This scarcity led many astute merchants from Tabriz, which was already a major trade center, to establish dedicated workshops in Sultanabad, now Iraq, remember?
Right, Iraq.
Specifically to produce rugs for the Western market on a larger, more consistent scale. This region already possessed a fine carpet weaving tradition and a skilled artisan base, which made it an ideal location to set up looms and expand production capacity.
So moving from cottage industry towards workshops.
Precisely. And Sarough itself, the village, is located about 30 miles north of Sultanabad, Iraq, and it was particularly famous for weaving very heavy, robust carpet, so that regional expertise was already there. This shift from individualized, often home-based village weaving to more organized workshop production allowed for greater volume and a degree of standardization needed for export.
International companies got involved too, right?
Big time. This rising demand attracted major international players, formalizing and industrializing aspects of the trade. The British-Switzerland company Ziegler & Co. is a really significant name here.
Ziegler, I've heard that name associated with rugs.
Yes, they opened their first office in Tabriz in 1878 and then a larger operation in Sultanabad in 1883. They essentially commissioned specific designs and qualities to meet Western tastes, providing capital and market access to local weavers. They were very influential.
So they were ordering specific styles.
Exactly. And then you had seminal events like the First World Oriental Carpet Exhibition in Vienna in 1891 and another in London in 1892. These events further fueled demand by exposing these exquisite rugs to an even wider, more affluent audience, cementing their status as luxury goods.
Putting them on the world stage.
Absolutely. Other prominent international companies like the British-Italian Nirco Constelli brothers and the Eastern Rug Trading Company of New York also established branches in Iran, starting in Tabriz around 1909 and later expanding to other weaving centers like Kerman after the turn of the 20th century.
Kerman too, so it wasn't just the Sarough region.
No, the demand was widespread. Even American firms like Itea Brothers of Oregon established their own weaving facilities in Kerman during this period. It shows the true internationalization of the industry and the significant foreign investment flowing into Persian rug production.
It was a global business.
It really was. And it was during this period, after these foreign companies set up shop, that cities like Sultanabad, Iraq, and surrounding areas such as Sarough, Farahan, and Lilian became particularly famous in the U.S.
Because they were producing for that market.
Precisely. The designs were increasingly created based on specific customers' tastes and demands, leading to entirely new types of Persian rugs. The rugs known today as Ziegler or Sultanabad rugs, with their specific designs and color combinations preferred by Americans, truly emerged from this period. Many of them are, in essence, American Saroughs,
Characterized by...
often characterized by that dark or dirty pink color, that raspberry red we discussed, with overall designs and minimal or even no central medallion. It was a direct response to the market's preferences at the time, demonstrating how a craft centuries old could be transformed and adapted to new global demands.
It certainly sounds like Sarough isn't just one thing then. There's a rich spectrum of styles and origins under that name, shaped by both tradition and these powerful market forces.
Exactly right.
Can you break down the main variations we should know about and what really makes them distinct? Simplify it for us.
Okay. Broadly speaking, there are primarily two overarching types that we commonly refer to: the traditional Sarough and the American Sarough.
Traditional versus American.
Right. The traditional Sarough, as we discussed, often features that distinct central medallion, which really commands attention, and an open field beautifully adorned with intricate floral motifs and elegant arabesques. This truly represents the classic Iranian aesthetic, deeply rooted in centuries of design tradition and symbolism.
The original style.
The original style. In contrast, the American Sarough, born from that specific market demand we just talked about, typically has an Oliver pattern. Often no central medallion at all, or maybe a very muted integrated one.
More uniform looking.
More uniform, yes. And its color palette, often altered post-production, was generally more muted, or those specific rosy reds designed to blend seamlessly with Western interiors of the time. It favored a more unified and less centralized visual appeal.
But the story doesn't end there, does it? I understand the region itself is rich with nuances, including another fascinating variation, the Farrahan Sarough.
Ah, yes, the Farrah.
What makes these distinct, and how do they fit into the broader Sarough family?
You're right, the regional subtleties are where the true connoisseurship lies. Farrahan Sarough rugs are indeed a distinct subcategory. They originate from the Farrahan region, which is nestled geographically between the cities of Arak and Qom in Iran.
Okay, a specific area again.
A specific area with its own long and storied history of rug production. Farrahan Saroughs are one of its most notable contributions to the world of Persian carpets, often admired for their unique blend of formality and charm.
So how do they differ from the others?
Well, while they certainly share the Sarough name and the general hallmarks of quality good wool, hand-knotting density, Farrahan Saroughs often showcase more intricate, delicate designs.
Even more intricate.
Often, yes, or perhaps intricate in a different way. The patterns tend to be more curvilinear, a beautiful and complex mix of both floral and geometric motifs. This subtly sets them apart from the often more angular execution seen in traditional Saroughs.
So more flowing.
More flowing, almost lyrical interpretation of Persian motifs, you could say, where vines and blossoms intertwine with a graceful complexity. It's a subtle but significant artistic difference that gives them their own unique character and visual identity.
And the colors, are they like the traditional or the American ones?
Neither, really. The color scheme is another key differentiator. Instead of the rich, saturated reds and blues so prominent in traditional Saroughs, or the rosy pinks of the American Saroughs, Farrahan Saroughs lean much more towards earthy tones.
Earthy tones. Like what?
Shades of olive green, warm brown, and nuanced rust are more prevalent. This creates a more subdued, perhaps even understated and sophisticated appearance.
Ah, so maybe easier to fit into modern decor.
That's often the appeal, yes. It tends to appeal to a wider range of interior design styles, offering a touch of Persian elegance with a more subtle aesthetic. They provide that classic beauty and craftsmanship without necessarily overwhelming a modern or minimalist space. Makes them incredibly versatile.
The quality is still there.
Absolutely. It's important to note that despite these stylistic differences in pattern and color, Farrahan Saroughs maintain the same high-quality standards and meticulous craftsmanship as their traditional counterparts.
Still hand-knotted good wool.
Still hand-knotted with premium, often lustrous wool, still boasting a dense pile and impressive knot density, often in the higher ranges we discussed earlier.
So they're still built to last.
Definitely. That high knot density ensures their exceptional durability and longevity. The meticulous attention to detail in their intricate patterns is a testament to the unparalleled skill and artistry of the weavers from the Farrahan region. They're an excellent choice for anyone looking to incorporate authentic Persian elegance into their home with a slightly different visual appeal and a unique historical narrative.
So, these rugs sound incredibly well made, designed to last not just years, but potentially generations. Does that inherent robustness translate to long-term value? Are we talking about pieces that genuinely hold their worth as investments?
Generally speaking, yes. Sarough rugs usually have a sound resale value, which speaks directly to their enduring quality and the consistent demand in the market.
People still want them.
People still want them. They are renowned for their exceptional quality and remarkable ability to withstand decades, even a century or more, of wear and tear, even in high-traffic areas like living rooms or entryways.
It's impressive durability.
It really is. This makes them not just beautiful art pieces that adorn a home, but also incredibly practical long-term investments for both homes and businesses. Think of them as functional art.
Functional art, I like that.
They often depreciate far less than many other luxury items, and sometimes even appreciate over time, particularly the older, rarer examples in good condition. Their durability means they don't just survive, they truly thrive with age, developing that rich patina we mentioned, which enhances their character.
So what's the key to maintaining that value?
Really, it primarily involves regular professional cleaning and addressing any minor repairs promptly. Neglect or using improper cleaning methods like harsh chemicals or machine washing, definitely don't do that. Those are the most common factors that can diminish their value over time. Treat them well and they'll reward you.
Good advice. Okay, if someone were looking at a rug, maybe at an auction or a specialized store, how could they tell if it's a Sarough? Are there some specific telltale signs that an expert would look for, beyond just the general aesthetic?
That's a crucial question for collectors and buyers seeking to identify these specific rugs. And while variations certainly exist across the different types, traditional, American, Farrahan, there are some common clues.
Like what?
A common and very reliable telltale sign of many Saroughs, particularly those from the mid-20th century and earlier, is usually its blue weft threads.
Blue weft threads. Where would you see those?
If you carefully inspect the fringe, or maybe fold back a corner to look at the back of the rug where the warp and weft structure is visible, you might spot these distinctive blue cotton threads running horizontally across the foundation.
Hidden on the back.
Often, yes. This blue weft is a hallmark that differentiates them from many other Persian rugs, which might use white, brown, or red wefts.
Okay, that's a concrete tip. Anything else?
You'll also often see that characteristic salmon or tomato red color, or that deeper raspberry red we talked about with the painted ones, mixed with ivory and various blues in the field. Combine that specific color palette with that very traditional, recognizable floral style, sometimes angular, sometimes radiating sprays that is so unique to Saroughs, especially the American Sarough type.
So blue wefts, specific red spinks, and the floral style.
Those are strong indicators, yes. And it's also worth noting that Sarough rugs continue to be produced today.
Still being made.
Oh, yes. It's a testament to the enduring craft and the market's appreciation for their quality. Modern production often employs the same traditional methods as during the early production era. Hand knotting, good wool.
Same techniques.
Largely, yes, with the main exception, of course, being that post-production dye job for the American market. That's much less common now as tastes have evolved and there's perhaps more appreciation for original color palettes.
People want the authentic colors now.
Often, yes. Interestingly, the finest of the modern Sarough rugs are said to come from the small town of Ghaziabad.
Ghaziabad.
It indicates that the tradition of excellence continues and evolves in specific locales within the region, ensuring that this living art form maintains its high standards even in contemporary weaving. So while the painted Sarough is a fascinating historical chapter, the core craftsmanship remains vibrant.
We've delved deep into the artistry and history of Sarough rugs, understanding their origins, construction, and evolution. It's been fascinating. But how do these magnificent pieces actually make their way into our lives, from their place of origin to our homes?
Right, the connection to the present day.
Our sources also provide a look at a specific family-run business dedicated to this world, connecting this enduring art to commerce and collection today.
Yes, and what's truly fascinating here is the generational knowledge and the profound personal dedication involved in connecting this art to commerce. Our sources highlight a Dr. Hisham Rizwani.
Okay.
He successfully built an honorable and respected reputation in the carpet business over, get this, 35 years in Graz, Austria.
Wow, 35 years in Austria.
Before bringing his deep knowledge and invaluable experience in this specialized business to Victoria and Vancouver in Canada, he's known for offering an exclusive and meticulously curated selection of Persian and Oriental carpets.
So real expertise built over decades.
Exactly. This isn't just about selling rugs. It's about curating, preserving, and sharing a tradition that he's been immersed in for decades.
And it's a family business.
It is. His son, Babak Rizwani, is now the store owner and operator of the Victoria's showroom, located at 919 Fort Street. And Babak has literally been around the carpet business his entire life.
I grew up with it.
Exactly. He grew up immersed in this world, learning the intricacies of weaving, design, and market value by osmosis, you could say. This gives him a vast, almost intuitive knowledge of carpets from around the world, with a particular specialization, naturally, in Persian carpets.
That kind of lifelong exposure must be invaluable.
It cultivates an unparalleled level of practical expertise and a deep appreciation for the artistry beyond just academic study.
And does he share that knowledge?
Very much so. Babak is dedicated to the ongoing study of Oriental carpets, always deepening his understanding. And what's truly valuable for you, our listener, is that he is always pleased to share his knowledge. Whether you're interested in the historical significance, the intricate hand-knotting techniques, the investment value, or just the overall quality of Persian and Oriental carpets.
That's great. Education is key.
Absolutely. This dedication to education and transparency is crucial for understanding the true, multifaceted value of these pieces beyond just their aesthetic appeal. It's about appreciating the centuries of craft embedded in each thread.
So beyond just the beautiful rugs themselves, what kind of comprehensive services do businesses like Babak's Oriental Carpets offer? It sounds like they offer much more than just a transaction, supporting clients and owning and appreciating these valuable pieces for a lifetime.
They absolutely do. They offer a comprehensive suite of services essential for carpet ownership and meticulous care. This ensures that these investments can be enjoyed for generations and truly become family heirlooms.
Like what kind of services?
Well, things like worldwide shipping, for starters, making these exquisite rugs accessible no matter where you are.
Okay, important for international pieces.
Definitely. They also provide professional carpet repair and cleaning services, which are absolutely vital for maintaining the beauty and longevity of hand-knotted pieces. They can expertly address the inevitable wear and tear of time, or even restore older pieces to their former glory.
Repair and cleaning, crucial.
And crucially, they offer appraisal services. These are vital for understanding a rug's true market value, whether it's for insurance purposes, a future sale, or simply for your personal knowledge of your investment. Imagine having a family piece and finally understanding its historical or monetary significance through a professional appraisal.
That would be amazing.
Their approach is notably customer-centric, too, built on fostering long-term relationships rather than just quick sales. They offer trade-in and purchasing options, for instance.
So trade-ins, that offers flexibility.
Immense flexibility for collectors. It allows for upgrades or changes to their collection as their tastes or needs evolve. They also provide detailed information sheets on all carpets, ensuring complete transparency about each rug's origin, materials, and specific history. You get the full story.
Love that transparency.
They even offer a free delivery service within certain areas. You'd have to ask about restrictions, of course, which adds convenience. But what's particularly valuable, and a real sign of their confidence in their inventory, are the no-obligation trials.
No-obligation trials, you mean you can take it home?
Exactly. You can actually take a rug home to see it in your own space, under your specific lighting, with your existing decor, before making a commitment.
That's fantastic. Takes the guesswork out.
It really does. It ensures the rug is the perfect fit. And of course, their knowledgeable and professional staff are always dedicated to assisting you with any questions or needs, providing expert guidance every step of the way.
Sounds like a very supportive approach.
It demonstrates a deep commitment to not just selling, but also supporting the longevity, appreciation, and proper care of these magnificent pieces. For context, they are located at 919 Fort Street in Victoria, BC, Canada. You can reach them by phone, email, or text. We can put details in the show notes if helpful.
Good idea. It's easy to get lost in the intricate patterns and rich history of the rugs themselves, though. We focus so much on the object. But what about the place they come from? Can our sources help us understand the Sarough region itself, giving us a broader cultural and environmental context for this enduring artistry? Does the land influence the loom, so to speak?
That's an excellent question. And yes, understanding the place of origin can significantly enrich our appreciation for the rugs. Sarough itself enjoys a semi-arid climate.
Semi-arid, so dry.
Characterized by hot, dry summers and cold, often snowy winters. And this climate is actually quite important.
How so?
It influences the quality of the raw materials, particularly the wool. The harsh winters encourage sheep to grow thicker, more lanolin-rich fleeces.
Ah, better wool because of the cold.
Exactly. It yields stronger, more lustrous wool, directly contributing to the durability and beautiful sheen we see in Sarough rugs. So yes, the land definitely influences the loom.
Fascinating connection. And if someone wanted to visit,
For those interested in visiting, the best time would undoubtedly be during spring and autumn. Temperatures are far more moderate and comfortable for sightseeing then, allowing for a pleasant exploration of the region and its cultural landscape.
what is there to see, culturally speaking?
Well, while Sarough village itself might have limited direct accommodation options, our sources highlight several top tourist attractions in the broader Markazi province that speak volumes about its rich history and culture, elements that subtly or directly influenced the weavers.
Like what?
There's the Anaraki House, a historical house showcasing exquisite traditional Persian architecture. Imagine the intricate geometric patterns and floral motifs found in such architecture potentially inspiring the designs woven into the rugs.
Ah, seeing the patterns reflected in the buildings.
Exactly, reflecting the aesthetic sensibilities of the region. There's also the Vakil Mosque, known for its stunning tile work, grand domes, and ornate ceilings. It demonstrates the region's long artistic prowess and its deep spiritual and cultural foundations. All of this would have been part of the weaver's daily visual world.
Makes sense. Any other sites?
Other natural and historical sites include Mahalat Spring Park, a tranquil spot with gardens and a natural spring, perhaps symbolizing life and renewal, concepts often found in traditional Persian art. There's also the Sultani Mosque, another historic mosque with impressive architecture and intricate designs echoing the formality and precision seen in the rugs. And the picturesque Kamrud River offers scenic views, representing the natural environment that shaped the lives and artistic expressions of the people.
So a mix of architecture, nature, and history.
A rich mix. And for those curious to explore the region logistically, nearby cities like Iraq and Qom offer a range of hotels and guest houses to suit various budgets and preferences.
Good practical info.
In Iraq, popular traces might include the Parshanazadi Hotel, the Jamshid Hotel, or the Khorshid Hotel. For a more authentic experience, perhaps, in Qom, travelers could choose from the Qom International Hotel, Al Zara Hotel, or the Dur Al Fanoon Traditional Hotel. This just adds another layer to our understanding of the broader cultural, historical, and geographical context from which these beautiful, historically rich rugs emerge. They're not just decorative items, they're tangible pieces of a vibrant living heritage.
So bringing it all together then, what does this all mean? We've journeyed through the intricate world of Sarough rugs, really understanding their unique construction, from that high-quality climate-influenced wool and the dense Persian knotting that acts as an artistic canvas.
The very foundation.
We've explored their fascinating historical evolution, profoundly shaped by global demand, particularly the American market, which, incredibly, even colored and redefined traditional designs.
That whole painted Sarough story is something else.
It really is. We've seen how traditional designs evolved into the distinct American Sarough and even discovered the nuanced beauty of the Farrahan Saroughs, all while maintaining incredible quality and enduring value.
Consistency in quality, despite the stylistic shifts.
And we've glimpsed the dedicated expertise of families like the Rizwanis who guide collectors and owners through this rich heritage, ensuring these magnificent pieces not only endure but are truly understood and appreciated.
Connecting the past to the present.
So what's the big takeaway?
Well, I think this raises an important question, maybe for you to ponder. When you consider the enduring artistry, the generations of skill, the global journey of a Sarough rug, a piece made with such meticulous hand knotting, adapted for different markets, cherished for decades, what does it make you think about the value of handmade objects in our rapidly changing, mass-produced world?
That's a deep question.
How does understanding a rug's history, its origins, its journey, the hands that made it change your perception of its place in your home, not just as decor, right, but as a piece of living history and art, a tangible connection to a continuous tradition of human craftsmanship that, amazingly, continues to thrive in an increasingly digital age?
That's a lot to mull over. A truly profound thought to consider as you look at the objects around you, maybe even the rug beneath your feet. We hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective and perhaps even ignited a new appreciation for the world of Persian carpets and the incredible stories they carry within every single knot.